Welcome, my dear students of class 8A and 8B to my history class. Today I am teaching the same topic, decline of the Mughals and the rise of independent kingdoms. Today's points are the history of Bengal and the rulers who ruled from Bengal, their names written in the board, and the rulers of Ayodhya who ruled from Ayodhya, and during their reign, what was about the condition of trade and commerce, how was it developed. These are the points I am going to teach you. First one, Bengal. In my previous class I taught about Murshid Quli Khan. Now today from Shujauddin onwards. Who was Shujauddin? Who is Shujauddin Khan? Shujauddin Khan is the son-in-law of Murshid Quli Khan. The name of his wife was, it is not written in your book, the name of his wife, but his wife is said to be Kalija Khaki Begum, and the full name of the wife of Shujauddin was Azimunnesa Begum. Actually, she was a mental patient. That's why Shujauddin always avoided her. But he took care of her. He appointed a number of responsible persons, means caretakers, to look after his wife, Azimunnesa Begum. Now I am not going to discuss about the wife of Shujauddin Khan, but about Shujauddin. Shujauddin was a very, intelligent ruler of Bengal. He established cordial relations with the nobles, bureaucrats, and as a result, he was able to rule successfully during his time. But his son, Sarafraz Khan was unable to establish cordial relations with the nobles because of his, wrong techniques and wrong methods, what he adopted. He did not like the nobles. He never believed anyone else. He could not have any faith on the nobles, bureaucrats, officers of his administration. That's why he did not have faith from his officials, from his officers. He did not have any faith, did not get any faith from the people also. And only for that reason, Shujauddin, the rule, he was able not to rule for many years, but for maximum 1 or 2 years, he was able to rule from Bengal. He was Sarafraz Khan, the son of Shujauddin Khan. Now, what was the reason he had to consider defeat? It was due to a conspiracy against him by two, Fauzdar of Patna. One Fauzdar was appointed by Sarafraz Khan's father Shujauddin at Patna. He was appointed, Fauzdar of Patna by Shujauddin Khan, the father of Sarafraz Khan. But that very person, Alivarddin Khan, had interest for Bengal because he wanted to be the ruler of Bengal. He was a very greedy one, and his elder brother was there at Murshidabad. His name was Haji Ahmed. So there was a good understanding and connection between these two brothers, Alivardi Khan and Haji Ahmed Khan. Haji Ahmed Khan wanted to see his brother Nawab of Bengal. That's why he started a conspiracy in Bengal against Sarafraz Khan, because Sarafraz Khan was like the later Mughals. He had no, interest for the administrative affairs, but he had much interest about the dance program, about the rituals, about the ceremonies. He spent a lot of money for different ceremonies and took part there, but he did not like to, hear the discussions of state's affairs and never tried to solve to solve the problems of the people, the problems of the country. He always left it for the officers and depended on them. But the officers, he did not have any faith on the officers also. Naturally, there was there no cordial relations was established between Sarfraz Khan and his administrative officers. So each and every incident, each and every news was communicated by his elder brother Haji Ahmed Khan to his brother Alivardi Khan at Patna. So on hearing the news and miserable condition of state Bengal, both of the two brothers and their group decided to declare war against Sarafraz Khan. Sarafraz Khan was defeated in the battle and then killed also. And by killing Sarafraz Khan, Alivardi Khan established the rule in Bengal and became the ruler of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. The rule of Alivardi was good because Alivardi always treated all the people of Bengal to be the people, the brother of his family. They all were his brothers. He had, great sympathy for the people of Bengal, and he had great love for his, workers, for his administrative staff, and he had great faith and love and sympathy for them. As a result, they all extended their cooperation towards Alivardi Khan, and as a result, Alivardi was able to be a good administrator, and his administration ran very smoothly because of the talented workers, the talented officers were appointed by Alivardi Khan. Alivardi Khan, during his time, some European traders started coming to our country, India. Although Alivardi Khan had strict watch for them, he did not want to allow them to trade from our country, India. But there was a pressure. That's why a very less number of European traders were allowed to be here for trade with our country. As a result, there was a trading relationship. A trading relationship was established between our state Bengal and the European traders. And after the death of Alivardi Khan, his grandson, Alivardi's grandson, Sirajuddaulah became the Nawab of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. But Sirajuddaulah was like, Sarafraz Khan. He was a very impatient one, like Sarafraz. Sirajuddaulah remained busy in entertainments, in amusement, but he never liked solving the internal crises and problems of the people of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Sometimes he sat with the officials for solving their problems, but he gave priority to enjoyment, to recreation. That's why a conspiracy also was started against Nawab Sirajuddaulah. His, military general Mirzafar started doing it because Sirajuddaulah was like Sarafraz Khan. He did not have any faith on his officials. On the contrary, he always insulted them. They felt insulted during the reign of Sirajuddaulah. As a result, they started making conspiracy against Sirajuddaulah. And who encouraged them? The British East India Company, who came to India to trade with us. They started encouraging the, encouraging the nobles, the rich people, the zamindars, the bureaucrats, and of course the people belonging to Babu culture of Bengal. They all were encouraged. They all were, provocated by whom? By the British East India Company. As a result, the conspiracy resulted in declaration of war against Nawab Sirajuddaulah, and finally, in the Battle of Plassey, Nawab Sirajuddaulah was defeated because with 20,000 soldiers, his military general Mirzapur stood like they all stood like horse, like they all were horses. They are standing simply, but they had no role. They did not play any active role while fighting was going on, or while fighting against the British soldiers of British East India Company. But Nawab Sirajuddaulah never considered him to be called and advised him to fight, because Nawab Sirajuddaulah was not like his grandfather Alivardi. Grandfather was a great fighter, brave soldier, but Sirajuddaulah was not like that, according to some European and Indian historians. Sirajuddaulah remained in his own tent and kept on communicating messages for Nawab Sirajuddaulah, Mirzapur. But Mirzapur denied each and every advice of Sirajuddaulah by saying it that, okay, I shall do it. You inform Nawab not to be worried about what I am doing will be good for the soldiers of Nawab Sirajuddaulah. Next morning, we will be able to defeat British East India Company, and I suggest Nawab to get back to his capital, because there is none in the capital. So capital should be protected first. So he misguided Nawab Sirajuddaulah. As a result, Nawab Sirajuddaulah got back from the battlefield, and then the two soldiers who were fighting against British East India Company, Mir Madan and Mohanlal, both of them fought like lions. Both of them fought bravely like lions, and many soldiers were died at the hands of Mir Madan and Mohanlal. But suddenly Mir Madan was killed by the British, and then Mohanlal was fighting alone. But Sirajuddaulah was not there. On hearing the news of leaving the battlefield, on hearing the news of Sirajuddaullah's leaving activity from the battlefield, Mohanlal also was compelled to leave the battlefield. As a result, British East India Company was able to defeat Nawab Sirajuddaulah and met and shook hands with Mirzapur and declared Mirzapur to be the next Nawab of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. The traitor Mirzapur became the Nawab of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. And it was declared in the battlefield of Plassey in the year 1757, 23rd June, Thursday. So this is the history of Sirajuddaulah and the Battle of Plassey. Next one, Ayodh. Ayodh was an important state, and Ayodh is covered the modern day district of Lucknow, Kanpur, Faizabad, Ayodhya, and Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. In the year 1722, the Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah appointed Sadat Khan to be the governor of this province Ayodhya in order to collect taxes and revenues, just like Aurangzeb appointed Murshid Quli Khan as the Diwan of Bengal in order to collect taxes and revenues, so that he collect taxes and revenues and sent it to the emperor at Delhi. Like Muhammad Shah also appointed Sadat Khan as the governor of the province Ayodhya. Ayodhya was a place where Sadat Khan started his career. Sadat Khan was an intelligent indeed, and because of his intelligence and courage, he soon rose to power and declared himself independent and took charge of the political, economic, military and financial affairs of the province. His son-in-law Safdarjung was appointed the Wazir of Ayodhya. After the death of Sadat Khan in the year 1748, Safdarjung, brought remarkable development throughout the state or throughout the province Ayodhya. Law and order was established strongly throughout Ayodhya. The army was reorganized. Fertile lands were brought under Ayodhya's control. Trade and commerce also was flourished. Lucknow, the capital of Ayodhya, became a center of art, learning, center of culture. As a result, it gave a prolonged peace throughout the province. In the field of art, in the field of architecture, there came a real development under the rule of Safdarjung. The Baro Imambara in Lucknow is an example of the new architectural form that was developed in Ayodhya during the 18th century. It was due to the effort of Safdarjung. A number of, mosques, a number of palaces, a number of, roads were constructed, a number of trees were planted for the travelers who travel from one place to another. There was a system introduced of planting fruit trees also. Following the previous rulers, Safdarjung got it done. But one thing was there, Safdarjung could not manage the greedy people, because some greedy people were there in the state who were making conspiracy against Safdarjung, but Safdarjung still excused them because his network of spy system failed to collect informations about them. It was they all became very much negligent to their duties and responsibilities. They could not perform their duties properly because of the reason Safdarjung was a very soft-hearted man and always paid respect to each and every person and always believed them. That's why his spies, his network system of the spies failed to inform him properly. As a result, a section of people, a section of nobles started making conspiracy against him. But in spite of all this, Safdarjung somehow managed them, crushed them, their revolts. But the role of Safdarjung, his simplicity, his dedication, his contributions, his cordial relationship with, the nobles and the people, of course, throughout the state and province would be written in golden letters in the history of India, my dear students. Up to this, thank you. Next day I shall start from Hyderabad. All of you study well because your exam, half yearly exam, is going to be held very shortly. So this exam, half yearly exam, is knocking your door. So be careful. Study well from the very beginning. This time we have to see for 100 marks, 50 for objective and 50 for subjective. So my dear students, be careful, be sincere, be alert, study well, work hard. If you have any problem, ask me during my live class. Thank you.